Deuteronomy Chapter 1. These are the words that Moses spoke to all of Israel on the eastern side of the Jordan River, in the wilderness, in the plain across from the Red Sea, between Paran, Tophel, Laban, and Hazeroth. It takes 11 days to travel from Horeb to Kadesh-barnea along the route through the hill country of Seir. In the 40th year, on the first day of the 11th month, Moses spoke to the Israelites just as the Lord had commanded him to do. This was after he had defeated Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, and Og, the king of Bashan, who ruled in Ashtaroth and Edrei. On the eastern side of the Jordan River in the land of Moab, Moses began to explain this law, saying, "The Lord our God spoke to us at Mount Horeb, saying, 'You have stayed long enough at this mountain. Turn and set your journey toward the hill country of the Amorites, and to all the neighboring places, in the Arabah, in the hill country, in the Shephelah, in the Negev, and along the coast, to the land of the Canaanites, as far as the great river, the Euphrates. Look, I have set the land before you. Go in and possess the land that the Lord swore to your fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give to them and to their descendants after them. And I spoke to you at that time, saying, I am not able to bear you alone. The Lord your God has multiplied you, and here you are today, as numerous as the stars of heaven. May the Lord, the God of your fathers, make you 1,000 times more numerous than you are and bless you, as he has promised you. How can I bear the load, the burden, and the disputes that arise among you by myself? Choose wise, discerning, and respected men from each of your tribes, and I will appoint them as your leaders." You answered me, "The plan you have proposed is good." So I took the leaders of your tribes, wise and respected men, and set them over you as leaders, commanders of thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens, and officers for your tribes. I commanded your judges at that time, saying, "Hear your fellow countrymen, and judge fairly between a man and his brother or a resident alien. Do not show partiality when rendering judgment. Listen to small and great alike. Do not be intimidated by anyone, for judgment belongs to God. Bring me any case too difficult for you, and I will hear it." I commanded you at that time all the things you should do. We then set out from Horeb and went across the entire great and terrible wilderness that you have seen, on the way to the hill country of the Amorites, just as the Lord our God had commanded us. When we reached Kadesh-barnea, I said to you, "You have reached the hill country of the Amorites, which the Lord our God is giving us. Look, the Lord your God has set the land before you. Go up and possess it, as the Lord, the God of your fathers, has told you. Do not be afraid or discouraged." Then all of you approached me and said, "Let's send men ahead of us, so that they can explore the land for us and bring us back a report about the route we should take and the cities we should go to." The plan seemed good to me, so I selected 12 men from among you, 1 man per tribe. They left and went up into the hill country and came to the Valley of Eshcol, scouting the land. They took some of the fruit from the land in their hands, brought it down to us, and brought us back a report, "The land the Lord our God is giving us is good." But you were not willing to go up. Instead, you rebelled against the command of the Lord your God. You grumbled in your tents and said, "The Lord brought us out of the land of Egypt to deliver us into the hands of the Amorites so they could destroy us. Where can we go? Our brothers have discouraged us, saying, 'The people are larger and taller than we are. The cities are large, fortified to the heavens.' We also saw the descendants of the Anakim there. So I said to you, don't be terrified or afraid of them. The Lord your God who goes before you will fight for you, just as you saw him do for you in Egypt. And you saw in the wilderness how the Lord your God carried you as a man carries his son all along the way you traveled until you reached this place. But in spite of this, you did not trust the Lord your God, who went ahead of you on the journey to seek out a place for you to camp. He went in the fire by night, and in the cloud by day to guide you on the road you were to travel. When the Lord heard your words, he grew angry and swore an oath. 'None of these men in this evil generation will see the good land I swore to give your fathers. Except Caleb the son of Jephunneh, he will see it, and I will give him and his descendants the land on which he has set foot, because he followed the Lord completely.' The Lord was angry with me also because of you, and he said, You will not enter there either. Joshua son of Nun, who attends you, will enter it. Encourage him, for he will enable Israel to inherit it. Your children, whom you said would be plunder, your sons who don't know good from evil, will enter there. I will give them the land, and they will take possession of it. But you are to turn back and head for the wilderness by way of the Red Sea. You answered me, We have sinned against the Lord. We will go up and fight just as the Lord our God commanded us. Then each of you put on his weapons of war, and you thought it would be easy to go up into the hill country. But the Lord said to me, Tell them, Don't go up and fight, for I am not with you to keep you from being defeated by your enemies. So I spoke to you, but you didn't listen. You rebelled against the Lord's command and defiantly went up into the hill country. Then the Amorites who lived there came out against you and chased you like a swarm of bees. They routed you from Seir as far as Hormah. When you returned and wept before the Lord, He didn't listen to your requests or pay attention to you. For this reason, you stayed in Kadesh as long as you did.